women always say that they love being black. You know, there are those viral sounds on TikTok about wanting to be black over and over and over again in every lifetime, but I have a hard time believing that. And you know, it's not because I don't believe that there are no black women out there who love themselves. Like, I'm literally one of them, right? Like, the way I feel about being dark skinned is similar to how Lupita Nyong'o felt about wanting to become a light-skinned black woman when she was a child. You know, she once shared on Oprah that as a child she would literally pray to become a light-skinned black woman, and then she would make the intentional effort of not looking at her body as she go to bed, and as she wake up in the morning she would again make the same strenuous effort of not looking at herself and rush to the mirror and see if her prayers have been answered. And that is exactly how I feel about being a dark-skinned black woman. Okay, I have a mirror literally facing my bed, but yeah, when I wake up I won't look at that mirror because I can only see my body on it. So I will rush to the bathroom and look at my face and thank God for being a dark-skinned black woman, because the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. But I have a hard time believing that most black women feel like this about themselves, because I see time and time again the people that unambiguous black women make go viral on social, and it's either unambiguous black women with the smallest or small nose, or light-skinned women, and in that case it doesn't matter whether you have a small nose or not, or it is unambiguous black women but with light eyes, so with blue eyes, green or gray eyes, and of course on top of the top, right, we have light-skinned people with a small nose and light eyes, right? If you have that, then according to most unambiguous black people, you won the genetic lottery. So I have a hard time again believing that most people love being black. And you know, I ain't mad at people who use the advantages that they have in life in order to get ahead. I think that's smart. So I'm not mad at women like Cindy Black and the women who post their kids with blue eyes on social in order to make them go viral, or because they know that they will go viral rather. And you know, I'm not saying that women like Cindy Black don't have any merit, by the way, you guys. Like, I know firsthand as someone who creates content how hard it is to keep the viewers' attention. You know, it's not enough to go viral only once because of the way you look. So clearly Cindy have had to put in a lot of work in order to keep the viewers engaged. I'm just saying, having blue, green or gray eyes does give you a leg up, you know, so much so that women who give birth to children with blue, gray or green eyes will post them on socials, because they know that this will give their children a chance to become actors later, or make their kids go viral, or get sponsorship with brands. I mean, they will even make their kids perform labor. And trust me when I tell you, content creation is labor in order to get to those sponsorship, right? Like, there are a lot of children who used to be in the contents of their parents, like who were forced or made to be content creator by their parents, who speak up. You know, now that they are adults, we are dealing with the first generation of content creators, kid stars, and they're speaking up and they're saying that, you know, it was a lot of labor for a child. And you know, I'm not saying that the black women who post their kids with blue, green or gray eyes online, I'm just saying that a lot of kids who were once made to be content creators by their parents are now speaking up about how it wasn't the most pleasant experience. But again, we can't be mad at people who have a certain leg up in life for trying to use it in order to get ahead, right? And this reminds me of how once a woman who have green eyes, a light-skinned woman with green eyes, I'm going to upload her picture here, it went viral for saying that dark-skinned black women were jealous of her because she had pretty privilege. And baby, listen, when it comes to coming on the internet and saying yourself that you are a gorgeous, gorgeous girl, you need to know exactly what you're doing. You need to be very, very, as a matter of fact, sure of yourself, because the girls are going to check you if you is wrong. Okay, and when I tell you that this woman have received hundreds of, she did say so on Twitter, so she received hundreds of responses on Twitter, now X, telling her how she and all that. People made responses videos, like videos here on YouTube and on TikTok, about how it's featurism that she was benefiting from and not pretty privilege. And if I don't agree with dogpiling and bullying people online, because you know, you never know where they are mentally, and you never know, you know, if the stuff you say is what gonna make them spiral or, you know, do the unthinkable. But I still do agree with the girls, even though I didn't make a video about it. I think that what this lady right here is benefiting from is featurism and not pretty privilege. You know, I think that probably she is one of those people, if she grew up around a lot of black people, that, you know, receive a lot of preferential treatment based on the fact that she has green eyes and based on the fact that she's lighter skin, which isn't uncommon at all among light skinned people who grew up around black people. You know, in the original tweet, like, she was also talking about jealousy coming from black women when it comes to pertaining to men. So I'm thinking, you know, obviously black men, you know, who if not them gas her head up, you know, about the fact that she's light skinned and, you know, have the pretty eyes. And then, you know, she started believing she was all that, when really, again, we see featurism at play here and a little bit of colorism as well. So yeah, but again, this is not something that is unusual among light-skinned women who grew up around a lot of black people. Like, as somebody who lived literally half of my life here in Germany and half of my life in Dakar, Senegal, West Africa, I can see clear as day the difference in behavior between mixed people who grew up around a lot of white people versus mixed people who grew up around a lot of black people. I find that mixed or even light-skinned women who grew up around a lot of black people, because they were cuddled so much, because they were pedestalized so much, you know, regardless of what type of features they have, right? Because we know that when you are light-skinned, then, you know, it doesn't really matter whether your face is symmetrical or not. A lot of black people, because of colorism, are going to put you on a pedestal. So I see that light-skinned women who grew up around a lot of black people tend to have a lot of confidence, and that confidence is often based off of thinking and feeling like there's something better out dark-skinned black women. You know, that confidence that they have, which is often a fake sense of confidence, is built off of feeling like there's something better than dark-skinned black women. Where when I see mixed women here in Europe, like, I don't feel like they have that sense of superiority towards other black women. Like, I feel like, you know, they actually consider themselves as being black women, which is something that I personally do not agree with. Like, my own daughter is mixed and I don't think that she's a black woman. I don't think that the mixed experience is the same as the black experience. But I do understand why mixed women who grow up in Europe have that behavior. It is because a lot of the time they also experience racism. Now, perhaps not a racism that is as virulent as the racism that we face, but, you know, the racism that they face helped them, I guess, out of a lack of a better word. And by help here, I mean, it's probably the reason why, sorry you guys, I was filming this video at 4 a.m. in the morning. Not feeling too much superior to dark-skinned black women. But anyways, you guys, in this video, I really wanted to touch on, you know, the light eyes phenomenon, because I feel like oftentimes when we talk about featurism, we only talk about having a broad nose, but that is not the only form of featurism that there is out there. You know, featurism is also preferential treatment for people with lighter blue eyes, because at the end of the day, those features are rare, right? Even among black people, like Google would say that blue eyes in black people is an anomaly. I mean, blue, green, and gray eyes are rare even if you are a mixed person, right? Even when a black person and a white person have a baby, it's still very rare for the baby to come out with blue eyes. So it is something that is very, very rare, right? And don't you dare bring up Malaysian people, because, baby, listen, something I've noticed about some black women who like to argue down in comment section is that they will always bring up the exception, you know, and try to pass it off as the rule. Like, I'm sure somebody in this comment section is going to be like, the cousin of my cousin's dog's babysitter. Girl, if you do not stop playing with me, okay, don't do this to me, y'all. Like, don't do that to me. I can't take it. Okay, so don't do that to me. Like, most black people don't have blue eyes the same way most black people don't have blonde hair. Okay, naturally, that's it, that's all. Okay, that is why when somebody has it, there's always people in the comments saying like it's fake and show pictures of you as a child, because it is something that is very, very rare. As a matter of fact, that makes me think of the fact that if you are a con artist, you could just get you some contact lens, like, and when it comes to picture of you as a child today with Al, you can just ask ChatGPT to change your eye color. On pictures of you as a child, I mean, of course. So if one of y'all is a scammer out there, that was my free tip to you. Do that and, you know, get to the bag. I ain't mad at it. Like I said before, I am not mad at people who use the leg up, the advantages that they have in life to get ahead. I myself have done that in the past, so it's not something that bothers me at all. But yeah, you guys, I'm just rambling by now, so I'm gonna go. If you like this video, do not forget to give it a thumbs up. In the comment section down below, let me know, do you think that featurism only stops at, you know, big, broad, or flatter noses, or do you like me think that the preferential treatment that black people who were born with green, gray or blue eyes receive is futurism as well. Do not forget to become a member so that we can discuss futurism in peace, you know, without anybody coming and calling us insecure or jealous or whatever else it is they say. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel as well, and I will talk to you as always tomorrow. Bye guys, thanks for watching. Mwah.